I believe we're live. Thanks for coming today. It's a very special day because everybody that is on this call I have worked with personally. And I just want to say that the purpose of these live streams is to be of service, and that anybody who comes onto these live streams, if there's a call and a need for it, that I'm going to keep going with them. And that I just need to say the little fine print disclaimer for coming on these live streams, because I know health issues are a very personal and private matter, but that this is a broadcast thing. And that I always say to anybody, this is not a replacement for a Western medical treatment, and nor do I promise to deliver any cure. And that your participation in a live stream event like this is your consent for us to broadcast your likeness, your image, your voice, and what you share. So having said that, if that doesn't resonate with you to be on the live stream, by all means drop off. And the other purpose of this is to just offer live stream real-time healing sessions. And to start with, I wanted to share, since this is our first kind of multi-streaming experience, first of all, thank you to Lisa for making that possible. We've been figuring out the tech to get it streaming live to Instagram and Facebook and YouTube all at the same time so that it can reach as many people as possible. And I wanted to share something that I read when I was about early 20s that really started me on a path, being troubled by the state of the world and wanting to assist in some way. I pulled a card from the Oracle deck, the Power deck from Lynn Andrews, and it was this card, and it forever changed the course of my life. So every day of our lives we take from Mother Earth our energy for life. We forget the ancient tradition of the sacred giveaway. Take a moment to sit in silence and count the magnificent things you have in this life, even if only the wondrousness of being given life. Reflect on the great Mother, Mother Earth. Ask yourself, what have I given back to her lately to heal her? Then think of the higher vision of life and balance on the earth, and realize that the greatest gift you can give this earth and your fellow humans is your own enlightenment. In this way, you tear away the veils of ignorance and present the magnificence of your being to everyone who experiences you. Everyone around you is lifted and inspired, and this is your offering. So that one line, the greatest gift you can give this earth and your fellow humans is your own enlightenment, is really what set me on a path to write. I want to become as aware as possible. I want to heal as much of myself as possible. And it set me on this beautiful path of healing. There were other factors as well. So today we have these beautiful souls with us. I wanted to make sure that I tended to each person's question and offer what I see when you share what's happening in your life, areas where you're feeling stuck, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, or all of the above, and to receive the energy that comes through in that way. And I also suggest that anybody who receives the focus, just as in a one-on-one session, that it takes a few days to integrate the energy. So sometimes that can create catharsis, sometimes that can create an amplification of the discomfort until it shifts it through you. So if anyone is feeling courageous and brave and wants to raise their hand and ask for assistance, today's the day, now's the time, and I welcome your questions. Miranda.
I'll jump in first. Hello, sweet Sarah.
Hello, darling.
I have got another very severe bout of diverticulitis again, which flared up in New Zealand. And the week before last, I was doing an online course around singing, and each day we did something different to open up our senses. And the day after I finished opening up our intuition, I sabotaged myself with eating something that I thought I was fine, but I really should have I just wasn't listening to my intuition. So I feel as though either my intuition's blocked or something else is going on that keeps these flaring coming up in my gut. And you helped me that first time in September 21 when you did 3 beautiful distant healings on me when I was in far north Queensland, and the 7 centimetre abscess that I had disappeared after you did those 3 healings for me. So yes, there's something, I think there's something that I'm not opening up to, or not trusting myself, but I just feel as though it's an intuitive thing, that I'm not intuitively eating correctly or looking after myself correctly.
Thank you for that. And first of all, I just want to acknowledge how incredibly powerful you are to disappear a 7 centimeter abscess overnight. That's no small thing. So more power to you. And when you're speaking, what you're showing me is a like a pigtail curly kind of hook that is going into your solar plexus, and then it's clamped at the back of your solar plexus as well. So there's a lock mechanism right there holding you in place. And so we're going to just unravel that now. If you can put your hand on your solar plexus for me and just take a deep breath. We're going to unravel that. It's like a wire out the front. And we're going to dislodge that kind of clamping. It's an interesting like hook front and back. So we're going to dislodge that piece at the back. A metal protective layer that you've put in place, I'm going to say 7 years old. Something happened where you had to guard and protect, and it was a survival mechanism at that time. So it's no longer needed. I work on the premise that what is revealed is ready to be cleared. So we're clearing that now. And just so you know, I feel a flood of endorphins and a flood of energy into this area that was held and locked and rigid. And in that place, that mechanism was holding a lot of fear, anxiety, stress, uncertainty, not feeling safe, all of these feelings. So just be aware that by removing this mechanism, you may have an amplification of these feelings for a period of time. And what I just ask you to do is to just hands on your front and consciousness at the backside as well. Breathing in there, breathing in there. I'm going to play my drum for you, and we're just going to breathe some beautiful golden energy into that area in your being. And as I do this is great for anyone who's feeling anxious or kind of stuck. I'm going to breathe some energy into that solar plexus and clear that mechanism out for good. Okay. The other piece of this is the inflammation and the snagginess of the diverticulitis. There's I just feel like the gunk that's getting caught in the nooks and crannies. Just going to see that dissipating and dissolving as well. Okay. Now, Miranda, if you can take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Still focusing on the solar plexus. Just see the last remnant threads dissipating as if you were watching it dissolve and departicleize, demanifest, come apart. And there's a softening at your back now that I feel, a real softness there. So you want to be mindful, again, that all those feelings that were kind of clamped in there may surface, and being really kind to yourself, because that's a lot that you're holding in there. And the little girl may want to cry, she may want to play, she may want to laugh, she may want to hug a tree, she may want to get on a swing. You know, just allow yourself to play and be a little girl self for a while, just to nurture her, because she's like, hey, hello, I'm here, remember me. And I know that you are very good at that. It's just she's seeking that comfort and that attention and that recognition, because that piece of you that fragmented and split off at that time is coming back to being embodied.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome, love. Hug self, yeah, hug. And reach out to me in the next few days if you need to, if it's too much, okay? Because it's a lot packed in there.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks for going first.
Mm.
Any other courageous souls? Zaya, hi, love. You're on mute, darling. You'll have to unmute. You need to unmute your microphone.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hi, darling.
Hello. Thank you very much. Lovely to be included with everyone.
Of course.
Yes.
How are you?
Well, I'm good to be here, here now. I've been through some radical change, radical catharsis within, with a lot of people actually jealous and hating on me and projecting incredible negativity through two avenues. One through my family, and I must say that my experience is that they're very dysfunctional, and so it's embarrassing to be part of an institution that is dysfunctional. So I've been dealing with that, but also the incredible hatred, prolonged. It's been for a very long time now. And also my beautiful ex-girlfriend, a jealousy around her influencing her in her vulnerability, and with mine, I believe we both got preyed upon. So I'm not sure whether we're having a break or if that's it, but deep work on myself to have the strength and the self-confidence. I lost a lot of self-confidence through this, and perhaps I'm just turning the corner today. I'm so willing to listen and learn and transform.
So when you say preyed upon, can you expand on that?
Yes, the vulnerability of the legals that I've been working on with my family to have dropped my music to actually do so, and then be turned against wildly and then sued and punished for actually helping the family save their properties. And then with the girlfriend, I don't know, is it because I'm so fabulous that people don't like me? I don't know. Or my learnings, perhaps I'm very fiery, and so I will speak it out. And in that, maybe I need to learn to soften my delivery. That would be as much. Oh, my girlfriend has somebody that I believe stole her away from me and influenced her badly against me, and I think she's hopefully working it out now. Meanwhile, that person that does exist, there are people that will steal your husbands and your wives or your girlfriends, your lovers. They are actually out there, and I just didn't have my wits about me enough to stand up and stop it when it first started.
Okay, so the first thing that I see when you started speaking is that it's like you're standing in the middle of a raging torrent, like a flooded river, okay? And there's this tiny little square patch of stone that you're standing on with one foot, and the other foot's barely balancing on this one little point of dry land, and the river is raging around you, and you're like, oh my God, am I going to fall in the river? Am I going to die? Is what's happening here? That's how life-threatening your spirit feels right now, that you like that everything in your world is awash. And that includes family, which is meant to be safe haven, right? And it includes home, which is meant to be safe haven, and it includes relationship, close, intimate relationship, which is meant to be safe haven, and they've all been swept from underneath you. So the first thing I would ask of you and to do with me now is to just imagine yourself standing, and you can do this for the next 3 days, wherever you are, feet firmly planted on the ground, and you need to ground your feet into Mother Earth. So this is the chakras at the base of your feet, like anchoring down, like dropping the root chakra, the cord down into the earth. And it's not just the surface of the earth, it's like deep, 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 deep to the core of the earth, okay? So you're standing anchored on Mother Earth. And then the maelstrom of intensity around you, which, by the way, feels very poisonous. The water is like poisonous. It's not just a flooded river, but it's been chemicals and crap dumped in it. So not only you're trying not to put your foot in the and get swept away by this torrent, but it's toxic as well, right? So there's all of that, and you're trying not to breathe, and it's a lot, okay? So standing on Mother Earth, grounding, just breathing. And then I also see that you can give all of that. You want to give it back to Mother Earth for recycling, okay? She's going to take it. It's bigger than you can handle. It's bigger than you know what to do with. And let's be real, you're a very evolved being, right? And for a lot of people that is catalyzing, so it brings out the worst of them. And so you being this little being of light and radiant, just wanting to share your heart and sing and create beautiful music, you know, other people interpret that as she's trying to get at us and she's trying to do this, and like they just can't put you in a box that they recognize, so that they go into attack. So for you, there's this element of needing to just protect yourself and also determine who is toxic and poisonous and put up the boundaries. Family, relationships, whatever. I know that you're embroiled in legal and all that kind of stuff as well, and you need to keep working those channels, so you can't disentangle completely, but that there's a protective force field around you that is, you know, science fiction, mystical grade level force field of protection around you. And you can do it morning, noon, night, as often as you need to feel that your inner sanctum is protected, that no matter what gets thrown at you, bounces off. You don't absorb it, because you are a very sensitive, empathic being. It's easy to absorb the toxicity and the poison, and then you find yourself standing in the river again with one foot, one toe balancing on that piece of dry rock. So you bring yourself onto dry ground, and you ground yourself, and you give all the stuff that you can't deal with back to Mother Earth, and you shield yourself. And that way you're in your little Zen bubble, and that way you're your most powerful self. And none of it will affect you. It may still come at you, but it won't embed in the tissues. It won't mess with your chill. It won't affect your mindset. You'll be able to stay focused, stay centered, stay grounded. So you've called all of this in because you're an amazing being, and you are like a powerful being, and you're navigating this intense maelstrom because you're affecting change in that way, right? Just by staying grounded, centered, meditating, holding your space, being protected, not letting stuff affect your field, you are making a difference. And if that's all you need to know, like, that's a big deal. Just holding your ground in that, in the face of all that maelstrom, that's a big deal. And that, kudos. Oh, okay, you know, like the accolades and the kudos, they're come on down, right? You're getting the cheerleaders on the inside, on the wing team up here in the bleachers going, yes. So if ever you're like doubting yourself, or like, oh my God, it's too much, or I can't do this by myself, or whatever's going on, ground, just hear the Yeah, you know what that's like in an audience, right? When you're playing, right? When you're
Yes.
in the zing and the audience is appreciating your music and you're being the
Yes.
rock star, right? So it's being the rock star off stage as well.
Ah, yes.
Bringing
Yes.
that, because when you're on stage and you're singing your heart out and you're in that zone, everyone's just like, what? Who is that? So it's bringing that into your everyday life.
Yes.
Science fiction, mystical grade, force field. Okay,
Oh,
I'm talking Star Trek, opalescent, translucent, kind of shimmering
mhm.
force field,
Yes.
non-penetrable,
Yes.
bouncing off,
Yes.
negative energy, none shall pass, naught but love shall enter here. In this domain is sacred. This is my house, my temple. Only love resides here.
Mm. Beautiful.
All negative energy. I mean, you can go all Dungeons and Dragons here. You can say, I have a gauntlets of +5 repel negative energy. Like, have fun with it. Go to town,
Yeah.
Get crazy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make that up because that's your domain.
Yes.
And in that place, in that centered place, in that grounded place, you'll know exactly what you need to do to move things forward legally with the family. I'm sorry, family is toxic. I know others have similar situation, and there's boundaries, compassion with boundaries. It's like, that's not working for me. This is really toxic. I can't do this anymore. Boundaries, self-preservation.
Mhm.
Yeah. While moving things forward from a grounded place.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Oh my gosh. That was so fast. Sarah McLeod. You really are a wizard.
Oh, it takes one to know one.
Thank you. Astonishing.
Love you, babe.
Oh,
Check in
thank
with
you.
me too in a few days and let me know how you're going, all right?
Okay, will do. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bless. Oh.
Love. Nicolette, my love, do you have a question?
I didn't even know what this all was, and I got your email and I was like, oh, I want to see Sarah, of course. I didn't know it was going to be live stream or questions.
Yeah, so if that doesn't evoke something in you and you don't want to share, that's all good. Just happy to see you.
Lovely to see you and all of you. It's not really a question. You hear my dog, it's Fritz in the background. He has Alzheimer's and he has dementia. So he's 21 years old. So he lets out these barks. So he's doing that now. I recently broke up with someone and I want to just be with my two dogs. Sanaya's about to be 14. Fritz is 21, and I just want to be with my little puppies and work and get myself back and be happy. And I don't want to be in a relationship. I just want to be in a relationship with myself and my pups. And I guess if anything, just maybe I started a cleanse today and this move, I'm just moving energy. And I got into another relationship that was a narcissist. I want to break those patterns that I attract, those type of men. So yeah, there I do have a question or a situation.
Thank you for sharing. The last time I did this, I saw the same picture for someone, and this may have come through in a session with you as well, is the contraction at the back of the neck of being forced and pushed into a situation against your will. And so just want to remove that plug, like, and just to feel an expansion at the back of your neck. This also translates into the front. So if in the next few days, as you're feeling into what life is like on your lonesome with your animals, that there's a beautiful song that wants to come through to help create that. And whether it's a song or a toning or a speaking or a hum, any kind of sound that wants to come through, just to allow it, because it will assist to kind of equalize front and back that throat chakra and dissipate and clear the energy of that force at the back of you. So there's this is something, I'll just share it here now since this is being broadcast, that I've seen in a lot of people who, and anyone really, as children, we all experience being pushed into a situation against our will, under duress, and sometimes in relationship as well. It's just a way to clear that energy and to be free and sovereign in your own being, so that you can make choices and attract relationships and attract people that match, without that there, match the frequency and vibration, without that pressure there. Because with that force and that mechanism of being pushed into situations against your will, that's the energy that you attract. So with that gone, then there's this expansiveness and this freedom to draw in somebody who is softer, kinder, gentler being, more kind of evolved in their own being, and not always having to try and manipulate reality and to force or operate in a way with an agenda to, you know, get what they want out of something. And that's all tied up in that mechanism at the back of the neck, is just how people operate in the world. It's very rare to meet a being, when you meet them, that doesn't have an agenda, doesn't have something that they want to get, doesn't have some kind of subtext or undercurrent of the way they're operating to try and manipulate things to work in their favor. And it's very refreshing to find someone who just totally open, totally like, oh, who's this? I want to play with you because you're awesome, and like can see you as the magnificent being that you are, and you know what's not to love, really. So, and but just doesn't have some layer upon layer upon layer of agenda operating in the background. So that's something to be aware of in the next few days, just clearing that out, just softening and humming and toning and allowing that equilibration, that equilibrium to come into the throat chakra. And the other thing that you're showing me here is just the tender heart. I know you have a very tender heart, and that you do drop in very deeply with people. So when it doesn't work out, like that, there's some little tenderness that you need to honor in yourself, you know, a ritual of release, whether it's into a stream or into the fire or something, any residue feelings, or if there's forgiveness that needs to happen, or any kind of sticky points that are hovering around in your field that want to be let go of. So you can take the action of releasing that into the fire, or a stone into the river, or, you know, so pour it all into that thing and let it go, so that it's not held in that very tender heart. And that often means the tears need to just flow a little bit. Yeah. So that part of the reset.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, love.
Love you.
I love you too. So much.
I
Love
know.
you all.
And all love you.
No, love you. Lisa, I'm not sure. I can only see, I don't know if there's another person on, but I can't see another person. So no, we're good. All right. So in which case, I just want to first of all say thank you for being here on this kind of test run, multi-stream, live stream healing in real time experience. And if there feels like an energy flow and a call for it, then I will keep going with this. And it is a way to share of my heart, and to help people in a bigger way than the one-on-ones. Each of you here has done one-on-ones with me, so you know what that's like. And I'd like to just kind of wrap up with a little song and a prayer for anybody who sees this after it's gone live or tunes in later. So you can go ahead and close your eyes and just take a nice deep breath. Little thing is working, yeah. This is for anyone who's feeling lost or confused or got their knickers in a knot, tangled, not sure of the way forward, wondering if they're at a crossroads, what the way to go forward is. This is a prayer for clarity. Whether the answer comes in a dream or in a flash of insight or an instinct, feeling of intuition about the way forward. It's a little prayer for the way to become clear. That is in alignment with your heart, alignment with your spirit, mind, body, spirit, all in harmonic coherence. May you be guided on your path. May you be moving forward with clarity and guidance. May you be connected to your spirit and your heart. May your mind be the tool, not the master. May any tangles in your thoughts be dissolved and dissipated. May you have love in your heart and light in your consciousness. Blessed be. And then I thought I would just do one last thing, which is I pulled a card today, everyone. I thought this is an oracle card for the group, and I got helpful people. So see if this resonates. This card indicates that it's time to expand your circle of friends. Or you may find yourself needing to do some professional networking. Make time to branch out in order to create the personal or career connections necessary to be happy and successful. This card can also indicate that your situation requires the input of those who can assist you in accomplishing the task before you. This may include professionals in fields related to your question or others who work for or around you. It could also include people in your personal life who have experience that would be useful. This card lets you know that someone will be entering your life soon who can help make your dreams come true. And on that note, Lisa, you're that person for me, so thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Honestly, couldn't have done this without you. Just can't do it all. Have to hand it over.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, loves.
Thank you, Lisa.
Pleasure.
Thank you,
It's so
Lisa.
good to see you all. I love you so much.
I love you too, Sarah.
Much.
Thank
Love
you,
all of
Wish
you.
you all well.
Thank you, Sarah.
Love you all so
Speak
much.
soon.